Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is a new show. Today we will be doing prop bets. I have Jay here, and just a quick intro on him. Jay is someone who can put up an argument with anyone, and I respect his knowledge. So I'm looking forward to having him here. And also, I want to just mention the sponsor of this show, of this special show, is Thrive Fantasy app. I will explain more about it as it goes on, but that's one reason why we'll be talking about player props today. What's up, Jay?
How you doing, Lawson? You good?
Yeah, dude, I'm doing great, and I'm really glad to have you on here. I'm excited for how it transpires because I had you on the live stream. It went well. But as you know, being on camera, I know you like being on camera, but it is a little bit different when you're on live. It just is. And I have high expectations because I know how entertaining you are. I have literally gotten into arguments and discussions with you about traffic, little things. So I can't imagine once we actually get into some NFL and when we have disagreements. So it's going to be a good time.
Of course. No, no human is the same.
Jay,
So we're not gonna agree. You hear me?
yeah, no, I agree. No human's the same, but
All
at
right.
sometimes when I walk through this life, I feel like there's a lot of like robots out here. If you know what I mean, there's a lot of
Yep.
robots.
Yep. Yep. Just going with the flow.
Yeah,
Nah, I've never been that type of person. I'm
and
gonna go against the grain.
you have to. And Jay, so before we get to the player props bets, let's talk about the best game of this week, and it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Kansas City Chiefs. And I'll just open up one question to you to start. Is there any way the Buccaneers can win this game?
No, the offense. I want to say the offense sputters too much. Yeah, they have that chance to go ahead and have all those big plays and whatnot, but for them to go ahead and try and march it up the field, their running game is not is the running game is not equivalent to their passing game. So even though they have Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette, and they have Shady. Nobody talks about Shady. He's on that team, but he's not doing anything. He's literally sitting back and watching. If you, I don't know what they're gonna say about the. I don't know what they're gonna say about the uh I don't know what they're really gonna do without that running game. Like you had one of the best running backs in the league. Now you have what's your running game? Ronald Jones?
Well, and here's my problem. And I actually, when I look at this game, I see the same problem you see. But my issue is I don't feel like Tampa Bay runs it enough. And like you said, the running game isn't all that good, but you need run pass balance because every time I watch Tampa Bay, I feel like when they play a good team, we're not talking about when they play the Panthers, but when they play an actual good team, I feel like they throw it 40 to 50 times. And then we're actually seeing Brady get hit now.
Yep,
That's the
exactly.
crazy thing. We never see him get hit in the past, but now he's just getting laid off on. And that's why I think the main factor for the Bucs this game is they got to run the ball and they got to keep their defense off the field.
Yes, exactly. I I had that for fantasy. I had that defense a couple weeks ago, thinking that they're gonna go ahead and do something. Put up, I think like 4 points that week. Got completely smacked, and I was just like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that defense again." And ever since then, I've been on. My defense has been the Chicago Bears.
The Bears have a great defense, but and the problem is, and here's a problem with fantasy, like you'll have the Bears defense, they'll put in a great performance, but the points won't line up because they spend the whole game on the field. And that's what happened to the
Exactly.
Buccaneers last game. The defense played great against the Rams, I thought, and they spent the whole time on the field.
Yeah, exactly. I loved it. my boy Cooper Cup gave me some points last week because of that. I almost hit a 60 burger, 160 burger on fantasy last week. So yeah, I love it. I love that. I hate that pass defense because they've been getting bombed on that pass defense.
Bombed, man. And that's a bad situation if you're going to play Kansas City, because Kansas City's too legit passing. And then sometimes you wonder, I hear people saying, oh, this is a trap game for Kansas City. We'll see something crazy happen this week. I'm not buying into that.
Me either.
And when we start betting on teams not to show up, that's when you know you're out of options. Like you don't have a good bet here if you're just betting because you think a team won't show up. I just wanted to make that clear.
Yeah, of course. Nah. At the end of the day, these guys get paid. They don't like. You may say they're trying to tank and whatnot. No, of course not. It's your pride. Who the hell wants to? Who the hell wants to walk out of any stadium with an L? No one.
Exactly. And Jay, I got to ask you, what did you watch any games yesterday on Thanksgiving? And happy
Of
Thanksgiving to you, by the way.
happy thanks to you also. My bad about not texting you or hitting you up about that. I
No,
was busy all day.
it's all good. It's all good. Like I hit you up really late at night, so it's all
Yeah.
good.
I'm always up at that time anyway. I'm a vampire.
I know, Jay. I know. Did you see any of those games yesterday?
Yesterday I seen, of course, since Deshaun Watson's my quarterback on fantasy. Oh, I watched the first game.
Oh,
I got into the game late when it was 14. I think it was 13-7, and then Lions scored, and then from there on it was just a Houston. It was just a Houston beatdown on the Lions.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of people will tell me, "Oh, Deshaun Watson, he's fallen off this year, or he doesn't have enough weapons." But my
He
main
doesn't.
issue, it's not even the weapons. It's if he gets pass blocking, he can make things happen. And that's why I knew they were going to tear up Detroit yesterday, because I knew Detroit didn't have anyone who could rush him, and then he was just going to be able to sit back there and pick them apart, and that's what he did.
Exactly. That's exactly what I seen. When they did that flea flicker pay, and he just threw it back, and I just seen him that open.
Yeah, and
Seen Will Fuller that just like, wow. Like I was thinking to myself, wow. To be honest, I was happy every time they jumped on the field, so that they could just finally get some points. I'm like, yo, because I'm basically like game out a game out of playoffs this week. I mean this year. I'm 6-5.
so you pretty much need to win this week.
I need to win this week, and I need somebody to lose.
That's not a good
Oh,
situation to be in, but anyone can
not
lose
not per,
anytime.
not yeah, not per se. I got 2 weeks left. We only do a 13-week season, because by the time we get to the late games of the year, they're like, oh well, we're gonna sit this person for rest and all this stuff. So we play a 13-week league. I mean, yeah, a 13-week league, and then after that we have 3 rounds of the playoffs.
I got you. I got you. And I take it you didn't watch any of that Cowboys Washington game.
I didn't watch that trash.
You didn't miss anything. It was absolutely terrible. And I
That's
just
what I
want
said.
I want to say something. Okay, the Alex Smith story is cool because you know how he almost lost his leg and
He
he
almost lost
balled
him.
out
Yeah,
against the Cowboys. But like you said, in your facial expression portrayed, like it was such a crap game to watch. It really was. And Dallas, they're a team that just doesn't show up. If you want to bet on a team to not show up, it's Dallas. Like, and you
Uh,
shouldn't be getting blown out against a trash team like that. That is absolutely pathetic. Just wanted to
exactly.
say that.
At the fact that at the fact that you got the red bomber, like you got somebody that can hold their team. He's been a 3-time Pro Bowler, so it's not like he's garbage. Y'all boys, it's not like they're garbage. It's just the injuries that they got were devastating. Because Cowboys, I want to say, have one of the best offensive lines in the league. But if you can't get your big men up front to go ahead and help, there's nothing you can do.
Well, and like you said, like the biggest injuries, yeah, they lost Dak, and then like they've had like two starting offensive linemen out almost every game, and that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But they should still be better at running the ball because their first time against Washington, they got blown out too. So I guess that's Dallas. So all right, Jay, let's get into these player prop picks. And I just want to remind everyone, go to the Thrive Fantasy app, use your entry password, Lawson, and they will give you free money. I'll explain more about this in the coming weeks. Okay, so I got a list of prop bets for people to consider. The first game I'm going to ask, the first prop that I'm going to ask you about, Jay, is Nick Chubb over under 86 rushing yards. Browns at Jacksonville.
Over.
I'm going
I feel
over
like
too.
I feel like both of those running backs are gonna go ahead and get about 100 yards. Because
That's
Jacksonville's defense is shit. People has been running up and down. I have Naheem Hines, and he put up 22 points against him the first time.
I believe it.
I don't have any faith in that defense.
I want to go back to something you just said right now. I don't want to get sidetracked, but you mentioned Kareem Hunt. I believe the over under for him was 52. So if someone's looking to explore a bet, that would be one, because I actually tend to agree with Jay. I got Nick Chubb going over, but I actually like the Kareem Hunt bet at like 52, 53 more, because like you said, this Jacksonville team, I don't think they're the worst team in this league against the run, but they're up there. They're bottom five. And then also with Jacksonville, you always have to question motivation. And the Browns, they're completely different now. They know that they need to run the ball and keep the ball away from Baker Mayfield. So
Yep.
I agree with that one. Next one. Josh Jacobs. We got the Raiders at the Falcons. Josh Jacobs is over under 74.
I want to say over. For the fact that the fact that their defense, Atlanta's defense isn't good enough, and right now the Atlanta has a few people out. So I want to say over because I feel like they're gonna get up. I think they're gonna get up because what I seen the other day was Raiders have modeled themselves after the Chiefs. It's just the fact that they don't have a superstar quarterback like the Chiefs does.
Well,
They have a
and
they have a decent receiver, Aguilar now. He's been putting up points for the past couple games. Then they have the speedster, which is Henry Ruggs. Then they also have a freak superstar tight end.
Waller's nasty, man. Waller is nasty.
Exactly. And then Waller's learning from Jason Witten. So he's only gonna get better.
Yeah. And
Then they also had that freak of a running back, Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs is nasty. That's why I'm going over. This is a money pick for me. And this
He's
is what
he's a
this
top he's a top 10 rusher right now.
easy. And like the thing about Josh Jacobs is he's so damn physical. The more you give him the ball, the better he gets. So I absolutely love this Josh Jacobs over. Who's your fantasy running back? Who's your running back in fantasy?
I don't even want to talk about that crap.
I won't get to
No.
that.
I was joking. Man, I have a few running backs actually this year. But nobody really like uh big named. I've got Melvin Gordon, trash. He's been trash this year.
Yeah.
What sucks is I benched him last week. I won last week, but I benched him. I left all those points on the thing because Miami's defense. Oh, okay, they're better. They're about to stop them. Ball. So
Yeah.
right now I have Melvin Gordon, Kellen Ballage.
Ooh.
No. Austin Eckler hurt. Naeem Hines and Sony Michelle.
Sony Michelle is legit, but how many carries is he going to get? And that's the
Exactly.
question.
I picked him up after I picked him up. I originally picked him up right for the game that he was taken off of IR. Then they sat him. So I picked him up because I dropped Rex Burkhead for him. Because I was like, he's coming back. He's actually a featured back. You know, he should get some points. Luckily, I did because Burkhead had ended up getting hurt that week.
And the Patriots running back situation in fantasy is always difficult because I feel like they just do it to make it difficult. They're always giving different people touches. All right, I got an interesting one for you. I got Taysom Hill over under 51 rushing yards. That's the quarterback for New Orleans.
I feel that's going to be. I feel like he thinks run first anyway.
He does. He does
He
for
thinks run
sure.
first anyway. So I feel like he is.
All right, I'm going to go under here, and it's for a different reason because I think Denver's defense is going to have a great day against the Saints. And I think they're going to make them throw the ball, and I think that should be their first goal. So I'm going to go under on that 51.
Under. They're gonna
Yeah.
they're gonna try and keep him in the pocket so he doesn't rush. And
Yeah.
that's a fucking tight end. Uh, that's almost like a Gronk playing motherfucking not Gronk, but like a Darren Waller out there at quarterback, basically.
It is. I mean, Taysom Hill's the closest thing we've had to Tim Tebow in a
But
long
with a better
time.
arm.
Yeah,
But with
with a
way
better
better
arm.
arm.
I
Way better arm.
Yeah, unfortunately that Tebow thing never worked out. All right, I got another one. Ronald Jones over under 59 rushing yards.
Under. Because I feel like they're gonna be so far behind that they're gonna have to pass the ball so much. They're gonna give the Brady the ball about 40, 45 times.
Yeah, if you told me over, I would say, damn, maybe the Buccaneers have a chance to win this game. I would be like,
Mm-mm.
maybe they could keep Mahomes off the field, but I'm going under too. And then for another reason, because we already said some of the other reasons, but another reason is I think they want to go with Fournette. They want to go with that big body. I'm just not a fan of Fournette anymore. I would give the
Neither.
majority of the touches to Ronald Jones. At least he has some pop, and he has gotten stronger. But yeah, I think Fournette's going to steal too many touches. That's why I'm going under. All right, we got it. We
All right.
got another one. Okay, here's one I'm interested in your opinion. Okay, we got Saints and Broncos. Drew Lock over under 242 passing yards.
It's funny. This is just my greediness of fantasy football. I want him to have over 200 yards so they can start feeding the ball to Melvin Gordon.
Mm.
I want him to, but I don't have trust in that offense. Like they have some good characters. Jerry Judy. They got Tim Patrick, Corton Sutherland, but he got hurt. Um,
They got a good tight end, Noah Fant. Like you said, they got weapons.
it's funny. I have no fan on my bench. It's just the fact that he hasn't. I drafted him. Since the first week, since my first draft. I had him on my bench. All of that. It's just he's too inconsistent.
And they don't give him touches, and you got to give the
That's
big
what I'm
guy
saying.
touches. And
That's what I'm saying. Also, he's always hurt.
yeah, I think he used to be a basketball player, so he's brittle. So over under 242. It seems like you're going under, right?
I got you.
I'm going under here as well, and I think because they're going to run it more. And I know New Orleans is very good against the run, and we know
Yeah,
Melvin
super
Gordon.
good.
Yeah, and we know Melvin Gordon's nothing to get excited about. We were talking about that even weeks previous. But I do think Denver's going to run this ball quite a bit. And I think they're going to work play action. Like I think Locke, I think he'll get 2 or 3 explosive plays, but 242 is way high. This is a
Yeah,
borderline money pick, even though the Saints have had problems in the secondary. Let's not get crazy here.
understandable. But then again, if his offensive line doesn't give him enough time to throw the ball, What is he gonna do? You can't do
That
shit if you can't throw the ball.
that's why I think they're gonna try to go with run pass balance, and either way, it's going to be eliminated. And then you just gave another reason why I think it's going to be a money pick, because if they don't, like if Drew Lock's not rolling out, if he's not doing play action, we know the Saints are going to hit the hell out of them. And we know people like Garrett Bowles can't block consistently, especially if it's pass blocking. So, yeah, I mean, it's not looking good for that one. You guys got to bet under on that one. Okay,
Yeah.
this is one that I think was a little bit tough. Okay, we got Tom Brady, Buccaneers, and Chiefs. Brady over under 306 passing yards.
Let me go ahead and see the. It's funny. I literally go through all these and watch them just because I want to know who I might have to. Brady. I'm going to call. Um, I he's a number 6 quarterback. Jeez. Right
Yeah,
now, the trend that is looking, because he's only cracked 300 times 300 passing yards this whole season 3 times.
and probably against trash teams, correct?
The 300 was Raiders,
Mm,
Chargers,
mm.
and Panthers.
Raiders are the only one decent in that list,
Hmm.
but I don't want to put those other teams down too much because it's not like they're the New York Jets. But
No,
yeah,
what's crazy is he played against the New York Giants and only put up 279 yards.
yeah,
And Giants
Giants
is a
played
shit
good
team.
that game.
Yeah, no, but Giants defense isn't bad. It's just the offense have lost the offense really kind of lost their will. After they lost Saquon Barkley, they're like, okay, I don't really know what we're gonna do. Like, because with Saquon, it was like you can go ahead and give him the ball, or you can go ahead and pull out for a play action and quick pop, even if you
Yeah,
don't give it to him.
well, he's a dominant player. Whenever you lose a dominant player, you're going to have problems. Like, and at once and earlier in the season, Daniel Jones was really, really bad without Saquon. He's been playing a little bit better these past few weeks, but I agree with your point. As for Brady, I'm going with this under on the 306, because maybe this game turns into a shootout. Maybe it turns
Not
into,
that
yeah, go on, Jen.
I was about to say he's not the Brady of Patriots. Patriots made sure that they kept his ass upright. Not in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is like, fuck it, find your way. Like you better use those legs, maneuver through that damn pocket and go. At least with Patriots, half the time, half the fucking no. 75% of the game he was clean. And if he was clean, he had a good game.
Very
Y'all
clean.
got y'all got y'all got y'all got Brady looking like a reminiscent of fucking Sam Donald, seeing ghosts.
And no, and it is a problem because, like you said, he's getting hit. And then also Bruce Arians, everyone hypes him up like he's an offensive mastermind. Oh, he likes throwing the ball down the field. It's all well and good to throw the ball down the field, but Brady, you want to get him into rhythm with quick passes, get the ball out of his hand, and they don't even do that. And it's not like this offensive line is elite or anything. So honestly, I completely agree with you, and I don't even know what the hell's going on there. It's just
That's
hard to be
exactly
optimistic. It's hard to
Yeah,
be
that's exactly why
optimistic.
I was like, y'all mad at Jameis Winston, but what did y'all really put around him? Who did y'all really draft to really get him? Like, because Jameis Winston had the legs to at least somewhat get out of it, it was like he was stuck in a rut where he kept trying to think that he wanted to stay in the pocket, but the first thing he would try to his first thought would be like, all right, shit, let me hurry up and try and get out this pocket so I can try and make something happen. Brady's not an out of the pocket guy. It's either if that pocket's gonna collapse, I'm gonna collapse in that pocket.
Yeah. And
Brady, how long has Brady been playing? What, 19 years?
we're up to like 21, I think. But yeah, we're in this range. He's been playing a long time.
It took years to get 1,000 yards rushing as a
Yeah.
quarterback. That's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, and the Buccaneers, they need to run this ball, but I don't think they're going to do it to help them. So,
No,
yeah,
they're not.
I'm going under. Okay, Mahomes over under 306 yards.
Over.
Okay,
Uh,
why?
you know what? As I said, he's gonna be me. As I said, I need Kelsey. He's my tight end. He's my starting tight end. So I need Kelsey to go ahead and ball like he did last week.
He probably will because this I'm gonna go over too, but I don't think it's a slam dunk people think. I think if you do bet this prop bet, you're gonna be sweating it out. But you're right. And one reason why is I think the Chiefs will do a decent job pass blocking, and this Tampa Bay secondary can be exposed if you
No,
block their front.
yeah. If you block their front, you're screwed. The secondary is not gonna help you all that much. The one person they got out there that I love is Antoine Winfield Jr.
He's
He's out there
nasty.
balling,
He's
balling.
he's nasty. Okay, next game or next prop bet. We have Justin Herbert over under 275 passing yards. I'm blanking on who the Chargers are playing right now. Let me think.
Buffalo,
Oh, thank
Buffalo,
you. Over under 275.
275 over,
I got over two. And the
over.
bill
There's
and
only there's only been one game this year, 2 games this year that he has not played. I mean, that he has not passed over 275 yards.
that's nasty. And the Bills the, everyone likes to say the Bills defense is good, but I have a different opinion.
Oh,
I like the Bills secondary, but I'm not a big fan of what this Bills team can do in terms of rushing a passer. That's why I think Herbert's going to go off. And plus, I think
yep,
this game turns into a shootout. It's going to be a shootout, I think. And Jay,
yeah.
let me ask you a question. Do you think I did put this on my upsets of the week, a possible upset. Do you think the Chargers can upset the Bills, or do you think I'm out of my mind?
Mm, no, you're not. Because every time they what you call it, uh, it's always just like a what can I say? It's always like they lose by like a last second thing. So I feel like they can win. Every one of the charges, every one of the losses, it's been like no less than like seven. I mean, no more than like 7 points.
It's true, and they blow a lot of leads. They've blown tons of leads this year. Seems like they do that every year, though.
Yeah, touche. You're right. But then again, they have the no. That's the other Bosa brother. The other Bosa brother is messed up. They have the they have their defense. Their defense is sack machines. It's just they don't have their starting. They don't have one of their all pro safety. I mean, all pro.
Derwin James, they're missing
Exactly.
Derwin James, and I've just been disappointed in the Chargers this year, just because I feel like that defense hasn't shown up. Even without Derwin James, I feel like they should be playing better. Okay, we got Sam Darnold over under 228 passing yards.
Who are they paying?
Let
Who's
me
the
let
good?
me let me look because I just forgot now too. Okay,
Exactly, because
because it's the Jets, that is the Jets. Okay, Jets are playing the Dolphins. You're Miami Dolphins. Nah, I'm joking, but
I'm about to
you're in
say mine.
Miami right now. You're
Yeah,
close.
I'm no Dolph fan though.
Yeah, well, that's
um,
good
hold
because
on,
they
hold on.
have one of the most annoying fan bases.
Yes, they do. That's why I don't. That's why I don't. Call it? That's why I'm not a fan. They still stick to the passive. We had the perfect season. All right. What have you done since then?
I know. And what exciting players have they had since, like, what, Ricky Williams? Every time I go down to Miami, they'll start talking about Ricky Williams. I'm like, okay, I loved Ricky Williams, but he played damn near 20 years ago at this point.
Pretty much. All right.
Okay, we got Sam Darnold over under 228. I actually have this as an over. I don't think he's going to
Me too.
scrap it by much, but I think this Miami defense, I don't think they're going to get a
Yeah, they give up.
nasty
No.
rush.
No. I'm looking at their yards per game, like how many yards they give up per game. And the lowest amount of yards. I mean, the lowest amount of yards that they gave up this 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 year was 273, and that was to the Chargers.
You're making me feel good about
Everything.
this bet then.
Yep. I mean, no, 259. 259 was the lowest, and 259, 263, and 273 are the lowest three games that they gave up yards per game. Everything else has been 300 and above.
So you can pass it on the Dolphins. And I think one reason is because they can't get a pass rush. So I think that
Nope.
always helps.
Yep. They got a good back end, like linebackers and corners, but everything else, I don't I can't believe I don't believe in that pass rush.
Me neither. Okay, Jay, we got a player prop that's very relevant to you this week. We got Travis Kelce over under 75.
And we're playing against. Oh yeah, I say over.
I,
Because
I, I
no
I'm
matter what, go ahead.
yeah, no, oh no, you go, Jay. You go, Jay. My bad.
Because no matter what, I want to say you said 75 yards
Yeah.
for the last three past weeks. His trend has been for the last past couple games. His trend has been 109, 159, 127, and then the they're going against Tampa Bay. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna. I feel like they're gonna go ahead and he's gonna get it. He's gonna get
Well,
more than that.
I'm going over because, like you said, it seems like the Chiefs are starting to get more serious as we're getting closer to the playoffs. And when you get more serious, I think you're going to just see more usage of Tyreek, the Thrill Hill, and Travis Kelce. That's why I'm going over. And the thing with Kelce, when I look at this Buccaneers team, I'm just saying, well, who in their secondary is going to cover them? I know you and me like Winfield, but he's better at coming up and making plays. So who the hell is going to cover Travis Kelce unless you know a safety on that team that I don't know?
Nope. There's no one's gonna no. They're gonna have to try and do. They're gonna try and have to do zone.
Yeah.
They're gonna try and have to do zone because there's too many monsters on that field, and somebody's gonna get open. Like last week, well, Kelsey got that 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 touchdown. Everybody, it was ridiculous how they tried to do. They couldn't do. They couldn't cover all those people. Right?
Well,
It's not. It's not. Go ahead.
and for me, you can't play zone against the Chiefs. I know it's like either way you lose proposition, but you're right. We're probably going to see a lot of zone from the Buccaneers, and then also another thing the Bucs do, they like sending blitzes, which against the Chiefs is just murder. It's
Exactly, because they have a they have a superstar quarterback that can go ahead and run past. He's fast enough to get past those defensive linemen and those linebackers.
Yeah, I mean, so that's a tricky situation. Okay, I have another one. Same game. Mike Evans over under 54 receiving yards. This
Oh,
is a
Mike
crapshoot.
Evans.
I'm going over. I'll tell you why I'm going over because I think we're going to start seeing Chris Godwin get faded out of this game plan a little bit. We haven't seen Gronk get too involved with this game plan yet, so we know there's Antonio Brown. But here's my point. Mike Evans, you can only stop him with an elite corner. And I'm not seeing an elite corner on the Chiefs. That's why I'm going over 54, even though he's had kind of a lackluster season.
Yeah, I say that also. As I said, they just got to get. So if that's the case, then so are you changing your switch on? Are you changing your position on Brady? Brady with those yards?
Nah, I'm not changing my position. I just think Mike Evans is he's probably gonna get like 6 receptions, like 72 yards. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy.
That's Mike Evans. I'm
Yeah,
trying to see what his. I'm trying to see what his production was for the past couple of.
it
He really
hasn't
hasn't
been
been
pretty. It
consistent.
hasn't been pretty,
Yeah,
but feel free to
he's
look
still the
at it.
he's still 17th ranked receiver in the league.
Yeah, and based on and on pure talent, I think he's a top 10 receiver.
So you said over under on 50 yards.
Yeah, 54, only 54.
I um I want to say his yards have been way too inconsistent.
And that's why it's a hard bet. And that's why I think it's
Yeah,
so low.
because last week he only had 59. I mean 49, but he had a touchdown. So because of that, he had 15 points, 16 points.
Yeah, so it sounds like so you're going to go over with me or go under, or you're just saying don't bet this.
I would say don't bet it. It's too inconsistent.
Yo, and if you have Mike Evans on the fantasy team, you have to play him regardless. There you
Yeah,
have no
because he
choice.
exactly.
Yeah, you
As I said, as I said, I'm looking at his receiving yards by game. First game 2, next game was 100, next game was 2. The next game was 122, and the game after that was 41, 10, 37, 55, 64, 77, 49 last game.
that's really inconsistent.
Exactly. It's like I don't know what I want to really do. I really want to like nah, that it's too
Yeah, it's difficult. All right, let's get to the
um
next one. Let's get to
but
this next one.
but
Alvin
if you
come
really want
yeah,
I
go
was about to
on.
say
Go on.
if you really want to bet them, I want to say I want to say if it'll be just around there, just just over if anything.
Yeah, I think it's going over. Okay, next one we got Alvin Kamara over under 31 receiving yards. Saints Broncos.
Over.
I'm going over. I think it's a borderline
Over.
money pick, like because if you think about it, we have Michael Thomas up next, but Taysom Hill, there's going to be a lot of dump downs, and you have to get the ball in Kamara's
Yes.
hands. That's why I was surprised this 31 was so low. I actually think they made a mistake on this in Vegas.
But don't if they're trying to give away free money like that, do it. Because there's
Yeah,
no in hell that he can't get 31 yards. Even if
serious.
Taysom Hill gets into some kind of trouble, dump off. And you know Alvin Kamara can make people miss. You need 3 to 4 dump offs, and you're gonna get those 31 yards.
Yeah, and honestly, if the Saints aren't dumping the ball off to him, they're going to get absolutely annihilated. So, you would hope that would be in the plan. Okay, so last over under prop bet. Michael Thomas over under 67 receiving yards.
All right, let me go to Mike Thomas right now. Where the hell is
I mean, Mike Thomas, he's damn good, but this year he hasn't
he?
he hasn't been
He
at the top of his
he
game.
he got injured, so I can't even get mad at him. But I'm trying to hold on. Let me find. There you go.
Well, and then I do want to say everyone before this game though, Denver's defense plays a lot better at home than they do on the road. I want everyone to remember that. And that's why I picked
Well,
Denver to cover the 6 points. I think
yep, they do. That's that mile.
it's a legit home field. It really is. I think Jay, hear me out on this. I think Mile High is the only home field advantage left in this COVID era.
Yep.
some would say Miami because, for instance, the Patriots play terrible at Miami, and some teams struggle with Miami because of the humidity. But honestly, most of these players are from the South. I'm not really buying that
Yeah,
as
yeah,
much as
exactly.
everyone throws out. Like,
Half the people are either from Texas or Florida.
and then the other 30% are either from South Carolina, Louisiana, or Southern
Georgia, or
California
yeah, or
or
you know,
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah, and so like for me, there's parts in Georgia that are nastier than Miami. Miami doesn't even feel that nasty the majority of the time, but that's just me. I like hot weather.
But Michael Thomas, I'm trying to find him. Michael Thomas, hold on.
Yeah, I think you're getting a little spaced out now.
Nah, we were conversing. Damn, where is it? It's not that one.
Yeah, I'll give my pick. I'll give my pick while you're looking for it.
Go ahead,
I
go ahead.
have him going under, and a lot of it's because what we talked about Kamara the pick before. I really feel like Kamara is going to have a big piece of this game plan, and also I think there are limitations to what Taysom Hill can do. And Michael Thomas, we saw him eat with Teddy Bridgewater last year, and I'm no Teddy Bridgewater guy, but let's be honest, Teddy Bridgewater is a lot better thrower than Taysom Hill. And I just think the Saints are going to be a run first team this game. And I don't know how Michael Thomas fits within that.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of quarterback bootleg, a lot of quarterback runs. Um, but since he's been back, he has 51, a 27, and a 104.
And what
I
are
feel
those
like
numbers telling you? How much did he get last week? How much did he get last week with Taysom Hill?
104 yards.
Damn.
But that's against Atlanta's defense, which isn't really all that good in the
It's
back end.
terrible.
Their back, yeah.
It's terrible.
They
And
got they got Denver. Uh, I don't know. I think he might be able to do it. He should he should be able to do it.
okay, so you got him. So you got him on over. All right, Jay, we made it through all the player prop bets. I want to thank you for coming on. Do you have any last words going into this week 12?
We should make a lot of money off the channel. You should make a lot of money.
Yo, no, we
That
will. Yo, and I'll make sure I send you my Patreon bets this
yeah.
week. Last week I was 3-1 on the bets, so I'm looking forward to it. I think this week's going to be a big week. And Jay, just brainstorm this week, and we can think about more things to add in the show next week. But for our show next week, I'm definitely thinking player props, fantasy talk, and then we can expand on some other things. Just I know you'll think of some ideas during the week.
Of course, of course, of course.
What are you going to get into today?
I got work at 5.
Oh, so you're gonna do nothing pretty much.
Pretty much. I got work at 5, and then my little brother, today's his birthday, so after I get off of work, we're going back to the Airbnb to see how the night progressed.
All right. Those Miami nights. Yo, Jay,
Yeah.
thank you for coming on. Appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share the videos.
Uh,
Okay, let me